than we expect, even though there is so much greed. And let's hope for that, because otherwise, this one could get a little slow.
I could see this one being like an 80-minute game or something. Or it just ends really quickly, because, you know, Xtreme, the sort of like through line in all of this has been they dominate the laning stage.
Yes.
And if you dominate the laning stage with these heroes, oh my god, is your game going to be going
Yeah.
good?
They'll have an amazing game. I'm gonna say a lot of eyes for me on TK. I'm really looking forward to see what he's gonna be able to do on this Monkey King, because haven't seen it being played too much on the floor anymore. After like Soxta was the one who kind of was the big one, and then they completely stopped playing it. I have not been seeing this hero on 4, but
Baboka.
And Baboka, of course. Of course.
Baboka.
Baboka.
Sorry.
No, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to see what he's going to do to scout the tree and how much he's going to be able to get these initiations and whatnot off, because limited initiation is also the name of the game in this one. Magnus, again, he's kind of the one who's going to have to start fights early, and that's never really the case you want to do with the Magnus. You want someone else to start the fight first, and then you have this like follow-up, so see how that all breaks down.
And of course, so many of these games have been decided upon vision and who has it.
Yeah.
And Monkey King, very good at helping you out getting that. As 2 bounty runes apiece, JT and PYW start making their way up towards the top side of the map. And the little sniper dwarf himself, Paparazzi, going to start plinking away. Already skilled up Shrapnel, facing off against White Album here. So I am curious to see if they can set the tempo maybe a little bit faster around this Death Prophet. I feel like this is the type of game where the Treant, it's going to be hard for him to keep these towers alive if White Album has a good start.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the crucial thing I'm looking at for Aries. Besides TK, if he's able to find some cool initiations and jumps with vision and stuff like that, it's the tempo they can set with Death Prophet. Because if you look at the other side, Xtreme definitely have a little bit of a harder time to hit these towers early until Shaman hits 6.
The other thing that I'm noticing is we're kind of wondering at the start of this DPC, what is the meta going to look like? And we came in day 1, you talked about it, the Lina carry. We haven't seen it again because it's always getting banned. But then the other thing was the Doom, and it was Doom first phase picked over and over again. We've seen a lot of Doom. We've seen a lot of Doom losing. Now it's coming in the second phase. If it loses here, I feel like this hero might drop even further.
And then it's going to get picked 1 or 2 games later on. He's going to be back every game. Right?
Exactly.
He's going to have this success because people are going to forget or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's an amazing hero, honestly. But has been getting kind of, I guess, figured out by the region, it seems like.
Right. And picking it later on in the phases of the game will be definitely helpful as well. Against the Morph, it's a great matchup, although it does signal probably that we're going to be seeing a Lincoln Sphere early. And Ghost, that level 30, he's been spamming this hero more than a little bit.
Yeah. They're about to hit 2 down here. This could be dangerous for TK. He actually did step up.
Waveform tries to dodge damage, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Hoping to escape, and will be able to.
Okay, nice. I thought he was actually dead. It looked like they were almost going to get him when they instant-committed, but will be able to trickle himself away. But he's low. So does have to be careful of the second go. 5 seconds, and they can just look to jump him again.
Has level 2, so he can do the Primal Spring if he needs to, or the Boundless Strike, depending upon what happens.
Constantly cutting the trees. You see that from the Doom as well, making sure that Treant can't actually play too far up.
So I'm curious what you think about Spectre right now, because this is a hero that obviously was out of the meta for a really long time. The Aghanims in some ways has looked really good. Ooh, struggling right now, getting caught together. Is that Yarn coming? It's his tongue, isn't it? Weird. TK starting to go down. He's going to dodge some damage, but Ghost will draw first blood. That's huge for the Morph.
That looked like it was bound to happen at one point. This lane is... The Doom is farming really good, but this is a tough lane for them to really apply too much pressure versus Ghost.
Okay, but back to the Spectre. Do you think that this hero, like, what's the position that this fills? Like, is this going to be go in, kill the sniper? Is this just going to go like blade mail, be tanky? What's the feel?
You know, actually, I haven't gotten to see more of the blade mail, even though it's gotten like the buff and everything. So maybe it could be something like that. But yeah, it's to get on the sniper 90% of the time. Overall, I'm mixed on Spectre. It's like sometimes it can have this amazing game where he's in that just set up for it. What the heroes he's playing against, like the gap close, how good it can be. But my thing is that Silver Edge is just such a damn good item right now that that kind of just owns this hero so hard. So I'm always just looking at it. It's like Sniper's going to get a Silver Edge at some point, and then they're going to break him, and this Spectre is no longer his tanky beast.
True. By the way, is it the tongue? Is that what's
the tongue?
Okay, I was wondering.
That's the Crimson Cosmetic.
That thing was scary. It looked like a piece of yarn coming out of its mouth. Wow, Red Panda got a little bit of a pull off there, now trying to contest JT's farm. We had a really solid game on that Magnus in the first series, but did end up losing that one.
Another grab. It's a level 2 shackle this time, too.
Skewer is ready. They do have the dive.
They got him mid
well
dive.
Played. Dude, those, like, just sort of slight movement things are always so nice if you can get them. And Courier, PYW.
He's going to get it.
Dude. You know, when we saw that statistic of how many Couriers get killed, I didn't believe it, but it's just leaving them for the Wolves.
It feels like it's at least 8 a game. It's crazy. Everybody just, it's like 2 or 3 in the early game, and then like 4 or 5 randomly throughout other situations that do end up sometimes being a big deal. Like the Life Stealer losing his Nullifier for 2 minutes earlier was definitely quite impactful.
So crazy.
Last hit's looking pretty good, though, for Aries, all things considered.
This is a first for them in this series. It has not looked good, and XG gonna need to, you know, see how they deal with coming out maybe a little bit, but at least not ahead in the laning stage to the same extent that they did before as DY.
TK go. Look at his skill build, too. The 1-0-2, so he can trade effectively versus Leech Seed every time.
It's very cool. Does take a little bit of a walk through that. A little bit of bramble damage and has to back away. But Ghost, the one hero that's definitely having a good time on Radiant.
Yeah. This is the first time we're actually getting 2v2 lanes in the side lanes in this match, too. Pre-5 minutes. Usually we'd have like the 4-minute rune is getting checked by both supports as well, too. So this time we're actually getting lanes. Nice. No creep pulling. Not too much creep pulling going on here.
PYW moves on in and was able to snipe away one of those little creeps. Very frustrating as Red Panda gets some counter damage out there.
He was low. He just got boundless.
Oh, man, that's so frustrating. And the other thing is there's no wards over there either.
That was just blind. He just knew.
I mean, it must have been there was a creep dying. That's the only thing I can imagine.
I looked. I guess, yeah, it must have been. I mean, I looked up top. I actually missed how he got that snipe there. Oh, man. I mean, we're highlighting TK for a reason.
Yeah. It's big. That type of a play, too, is going to be huge in this game if he can make it happen. Just a random boundless strike here or there.
Yeah. And now, yeah, they think there's a ward. Look, they put the sentry down, so. Wow. Big plays.
Red Panda able to force back JT. He heads off to the left side of the creep wave. We'll just wand and head back in again. But with the Shadow Shaman gone and picking up double bounty runes, that means there's a little period of time where they can bully a bit on that lane.
I can't believe how well the Death Prophet's doing in mid versus Paparazzi. Like 38-9 to 25-3. That's, there hasn't been any like moves or rotations either. It's just White Album playing the lane phenomenally.
They have another opportunity here. Has the dive, but needs to be careful. And again, they catch him. Red Panda caught and killed.
So much burst. Great control to get the skewers off every single time, too, to put him in a weird position.
Scouting in. He's right on top of a ward on this sniper. Ooh. And DY in kind of far. This is a big rotation from White Album. There's a whole creep wave that he's missing to make this move. We'll see if it ends up paying off as DY will get brought down here, it looks like.
He's got...
Oh my god, oh my god, no oh my god, DY! Dude, they pop Exo for this. They're going to run on in and they will eventually get him. But a heck of a dive, and we said we needed to see this from White Album, of making moves early, trying to get objectives across the map. Ghost hopes to get out of there, and no Boundless Strike means that the Morph gets away scot-free, and Paparazzi is actually going to run down bottom here.
Doesn't want to lose the tower too early. Really nice move from White Album.
We'll want to stick around a little bit longer. The regen rune's still going. So he's tanking this tower, and eventually, although Exorcism, it's coming back in. The ghosts keep him alive.
Yep, he'll be all right.
TK, thinking about chasing Mr. DY.
He's stalking him.
But won't go for it.
All right, so they won't. I guess they're going to just switch the lanes up, putting the Paparazzi down bottom, putting the Morphling mid to have a little bit of better time. Because he is actually struggling more than I'd expected. This is an excellent start here for Aster.Aries, even though we do still see it is a slight gold lead for Xtreme Gaming. I think they're probably pretty happy. They were able to almost get a full tower off of that first Exorcism.
Red Panda will take that haste rune and now come and mess around with Ghost slightly, make him annoyed. Ulu, he's been the one left alone and also not having a great time in this lane against JT.
No, big base damage advantage on the Magnus. Constant spam too keeps the Spectre a little bit low. And I think that is that the full mech? Yeah, full mech is now done for JT.
Get the Hex right there, gonna break this. Pops the Haunt, wants to chase forward for PYW, throws out the dagger, a good stomp,
nice stomp.
And they'll take down the Shadow Shaman
Whoa.
again. Oh my god, I'm talking too soon again. Craster Curse, it's too real.
They cut the tree.
Oh, he
Monkey
got
King,
him.
TK.
And now too far. The mech moves in and they save a life.
Oh, all the little things. PYW, his fluffy hat that he bought at the start of the game, he has his stick charges too, somehow able to trickle himself away. That's a haunt committed. He did wake himself, he did get back up toward top with his TP afterwards, but they tried to leave the last hit, it looked like, for Ulu for a second there, and then end up missing the kill perhaps because of that.
Dude, 330 movement speed. They move in with the Spectre, a dagger on him, a Doom on him, the Monkey King, like, literally on his butt, and he still manages to just walk away. That's crazy.
The little things, they all matter. Fluffy hats save lives.
So 4-2. A second round now of these supports able to get away from the rotations in. But you can see the difference between the bottom of the cores and the top of the cores. It's only about, 700, 800 gold right now.
Yeah, it's
relatively even.
Very close. Bottom tower, they probably will have to get some emphasis to push it. It's only level 1 living armor, but it is going to start getting that trickle heal. That does happen, so they do have to probably look to make the next move soon with the Exorcism. But looks to wait. They're going to wait until Power Rune right now, so 10 seconds. See what White Album finds.
Another rotation. TK was scouted going up here as he got the D ward on that obs up on the high ground.
He's going to be able to play some sneaky wards.
Yeah.
Does he actually... Okay, doesn't block the Ancients. Just gets a little bit of a sneaky one there.
Interesting. I haven't seen that one before. And moves in again. Coming up close to Ghost. Ulu still farming. Bottom of the cores is Paparazzi has caught up a little bit after making that movement down bottom. Falcon Blade done, and triple Wraithband treads.
Straight into that Dragon Knights. It's the usual. Yeah. So looks like they're trying to do some efficiency also. They're leaving DY bottom to leech some experience. They're jungling on JT. They're just, maximizing. This is just economy game for the moment. PYW is 6 now as well, too, for the Shadow Shaman, so we could see a little bit more aggression, perhaps, from the XG to set up for a tower push. But overall, I think their draft is always just fine. If they're going to let them sit back farming with Sniper Morphling, they'll probably just take that rather than making a aggressive move.
White Album starts to make the move down bottom, and as Red Panda holds on to mid, this is looking likely to be a Exorcism push onto the bottom tower.
Nice play from Red Panda. Drags the wave away from Siege.
And counterplay mid. They've got wards there.
Yep.
Oh, that's real nice. So, Ghost taking the tower, forced to use a glyph now. Can they do anything to stop this? They've popped Exorcism down bottom, I believe.
He's DPing mid on the Death
Okay, the Boundless, it connects. Ghost there. Tower.
It's done.
Already gone. So they'll clean up the wards, farm those up at least.
I think XG's probably pretty damn happy with that. You end up getting a trade with your support taking a tower while the Death Prophet does, so pretty nice. Do see the gold now start going in the favor, though, of Aries, the Doom. He's got that Midas, so every time he does use it plus Devour, we're seeing that big gold influx.
Right. Well, and again, I mean, so I'm kind of wondering in my head, and what do you think? Is there a clear late game advantage? I mean, obviously, Sniper Morph is insane, but people always talk about Spectre late game. They talk about Doom late game. Do you see a clear favorite if we get to that stage? Or is it going to depend more upon, like, those supporting heroes?
Always a little bit on the supporting because, Phoenix sometimes as a support can just become this crazy, right, this kind of core in a way.
Okay.
But I would say Xtreme because they do have this, literally the most broken talent in the game, in my opinion, on Tree. They have Overgrowth, Undispellable. So let's say if we go, like, I'm talking crazy late, right?
Yeah.
Then I think this, they have Magnus, they have this Tree, and then they have 2 super hard carries from range that can be kind of difficult for Doom to get on top of. So I would give him that edge.
Slighted edge. All right.
But at some points in the game, I would say the Spectre does have the edge versus these two. It's just if it gets to, like, the super late, then.
Okay. Well, something to watch for sure is another glyph is going to be used. And Hero's starting to rotate top. Now, Monkey King is not here, nor is the Doom, but still moving in with Red Panda. Needs to be careful about getting controlled. Doom is ready to go. Drops it onto JT.
Perfect
the TP initiation. Rarely seen, but much appreciated as PYW dies. And, oh, it looks like they're also going to find the finish onto Magnus over here. Overgrowth, I think, was used. They kill off the mag. DY in trouble. Red Panda still feeling comfy. Paparazzi moves on in. The waveform forward. Ghost jumped into everybody. Has some Spirit Siphons trying to keep him alive. And they do, in fact, get the kill. Morph's still pretty good team fighter when you gap that level 6 up.
He gapped. I mean, he distanced himself perfectly. Uses those Spirit Siphons just the way he needs so that he can sustain himself in the fight. Nicely done for XG to kind of counteract those big ultis that came out from Aries. And they're going to go right back into pushing.
And they're going to have their mag back up with
Yeah.
everything. Although, it's hard to TP top with him right now, to TK. Holy moly. He has Wukongs.
Hold!
Do they want to do it? Dude, he's thinking about it. This guy's
Hold.
crazy. Does he decide to go all in? They're TPing in. He's got a great lineup right now of these stuns, but they've already dropped it. Drops it down. The Wukong's command hits immediately. The Hex is there. PYW starts to bring him down. Okay.
I think he knew he was going to die there. He was in a pretty difficult spot to get out of.
So that's Exorcism used? Is that right?
Yeah.
That one hurts.
All ults on cooldown now for Aries. Xtreme, they still have their RP, but they're getting chased out. DP,
Okay.
still got some siphons.
Get some value out of the Exorcism. Why not?
Award, PYW, makes him pay his life.
That was a weird couple of minutes there.
That really was. It was a really good disengage for Xtreme, and then Aries wants to continue fighting to try to save their tower, but lose it to the wards. Okay.
And as we saw just there, too, the mag was sort of given enough time to farm up and get that Blink Dagger done. So even, or rather, the mechanism that's coming on out right now. And so that is one of those moments.
You were right, it's the Blink.
Yeah, he has another Blink queued up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You don't need two, homie. But regardless, the thing that's going to be interesting now is, you know, do they decide to go fight again?
They're definitely. They have RP, they've got the Blink, they've got crazy amount of catch. All ults on cooldown on Aries. This is go time. Can they find the big one, though? They're looking for, they want the Spectre.
Oh, it's Monkey King Courier, the throw Monkey King. Gets away. Yeah, they're going to leave that one alone now. Get a good deep ward.
See some stacks. They just farmed. Oh, they actually did not farm their stacks yet on the Morph. They have stacks, too. Ghost. He's coming over.
DK drops a ward himself. That scouts PYW.
They see him, but they don't have a way to cut the tree yet. JT is coming, though.
Just to be careful.
He got him.
Oh, yeah. Pull him on down. Bring him on down. But Ghost!
They do get... Wait. Okay,
oh,
gets
the Doom.
On him.
That's huge.
That's a solo kill.
That's nuts.
Did he just get him from the angle, from like the tree line?
It must have been. I mean, that's a really rough one because you're making so many other good plays on the map, and then just to sort of casually get that pick off.
And you're going to lose your Ancient stack, too. White Album is working on it. Big moves from Aries. Even when they don't have their opens. It just came
now
up
in trouble. Things are completely falling apart right now for Xtreme. I don't know what happened here, but now they're dropping snakes in the middle of the lane. RP used. Do they have enough for the kill? It doesn't look like it. BKB is out. XG have completely thrown away any type of advantage they had. I mean, it was a lead for Aries, but huge wins.
And they get to clean up all the wards. That, like you said, couple awkward minutes. Now we have it again happening. Xtreme just all over the place there. Looks like they were, I mean, looks like they were trying to do like multiple things, right? They're putting wards around Ancients. Then they all just full split up. Ghost dies and everyone's like, oh God, what's happening? That was quite a big disaster for them. Setting up the Spectre for almost finishing up his Manta. That's going to be massive, really, for Ulu. Versus the Tree, also going to be able to set themselves up for Roche.
Scan hits. It turns green, though. That at least gives Xtreme knowledge that they weren't in there hitting away at it.
But it's going to come soon. It's a Kaya Sanj on White Album, level 12. And like I was saying, the Manta soon on the Spectre. So they'll be able to kill that Roche unbelievably fast once they get a moment to go for it on Aries. Yeah, huge moments. And now Doom's going to be back up in 40 seconds, and he's got Blink, so.
Scary, scary. TK,
Oop.
get out of there.
Gets knocked.
Really hard to chase him down. And going in for the Orchid, another huge pickup.
I like it a lot. That's the build we saw popularized a lot in these 4 Monkey Kings. It's excellent this game versus the Morph, versus Magnus, the 2 supports, etc. Yeah.
It is going to be coming a little bit late for the Morph lane kills, most likely, as the Manta's almost done. But if he can make it happen, also just to like break shackles, other things like that is really nice.
And also, it's like they can force the Manta.
Okay.
And then then the DP silence or something comes in.
For sure.
So yeah, it's gonna be pretty nice.
White Album?
Will they get him?
Oh yes, they do.
They do.
The Hex is there, and this is the type of game plan that they're hoping to find. So, White Album gets brought down.
Maybe they can actually think about the Roche themselves now, because they don't want to allow Aries to, when they respawn and just go into the pit. I think they might actually be able to do it. How long on wards? 5 seconds? Yeah, I think they're going to be able to get this.
Oh, this is scary. Really good stuff for XG. The turnaround is what they needed.
That was did you see how big Roche was? I thought he usually shrinks. What the Hex was massive.
You know, they see new things all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that back into something snapped in their heads. You know, they're like, what the hell are we doing that last minute? So they get back into this one here and take away that Aegis that Aries was probably the ones looking at it for themselves. Big moves.
3K gold lead for Aries, but they're going to have to dodge away most likely over the next little bit here. Seeing Spectre's item builds next too, and it's a Diffusal Blade and then into a Scotty is what's queued up after the Manta.
Okay. I guess, I mean, versus Morphling, the Diffusal does make a lot of sense, so that can be pretty cool.
XG, after getting that Aegis, now ready to go if they spot another opening here. A really good ward laid down there in the mid lane as part of how they found that nice pick off. See if they can get one again.
Yeah, and this time around they do have this nice follow-up disable for JT, as we saw. They have the skewer into the PYW instant hex, and then they can always follow up with whatever else. So they do find a target, it's going to be pretty easy for them to bring down when they do get that skewer off.
PYW also is going to have a Blink Dagger pretty soon.
And they're just traveling as a pack, him and JT. I haven't literally been seeing them hold hands for the most of this game.
Going in for the Aether Lens next. And up towards high ground. Paparazzi DD, this is a big window for him. Spectre's ready to haunt in, but as soon as this fight goes off, they need to deal with them. Can they do it? Paparazzi runs away, as does JT. PYW in trouble as Ulu's right on top of him, but Sniper is going to start plinking here. It's a lot of damage. BKB out, the stun is there, but Paparazzi, they're right on top of him. The Doom is connected onto the Sniper. They will kill off the Supernova, but the damage has been done. The Sniper gone. XG has to back away.
They knew which target they wanted. Not caring about that morph because he has Aegis, just really wanted to get Paparazzi and they find him. They had to commit for it too there. They used the haunt, so they have to try to get something out of it. Now they're going to split back up. Let's see if XG does catch them when they split up. JT's thinking about it.
Looking, but not quite find it.
Can't quite.
So even though they have this Aegis, it's a gold lane being built for Aries. See this replay right here.
Yeah, beautiful chase. And then, yeah, you see the Doom being super patient, just waiting for the opportunity to get on the Sniper. Really nicely done.
And I can't believe his blink didn't get broken here. Like, he manages to get it back up in time. As, oh no!
Up top.
That's Morphling killed. Not a whole lot used either.
Manta with CD, got him with the silence.
Jeez.
He's got to be careful. Orkin's almost done also for TK, so yeah, another thing, like you said, he's going to have to watch out for it. 5K lead for Aries. And she's still keeping it quite close, even though there is that advantage in gold.
And the other thing is Spectre being able to play on the bottom side of the map here. Just sort of not have to be that concerned about getting caught out, it feels like. It's been a pretty free Spectre game.
Yeah, their greed is paying off right now. They're definitely going to hit a really good stride in these next few moments to take all these fights. And they have so much team fights, so it's, I mean, it's long cooldowns, but they just have so many of them that if they layer it well, they'll always have something up inside one of these fights, either Exo or an Egg or the Haunt or the Doom.
Right. Well, and so often nowadays, I feel like when people are thinking about Spectre and the way that it's worked, it's always around like the Aghanims, which means that you can get into fights more often, but it's not as strong. This like Manta Diffusal with a Falcon Blade build is going to wreck through these heroes if they get isolated.
He's going to eat, I mean, he's going to eat any support, and he might actually be able to stick in the
He's done a great job so far.
Yeah.
Blink Dagger completed on the DP.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is what you do versus these snipers, right? You want to just close the gap.
JT. Boundless Strike opens. There's the jump, but the skewer back, and the Doom on the Magnus. He's not going to be able to get away. Although the control is there, White Album starts to fall. Barely surviving, but Ghost, he's the one that's in some trouble. They've got the control. They get the kill.
Aries is just playing so damn well with the way that they react to the moves. TK breaks the smokes, they start moving, they get the catch every single time. Even though they lose their Death Prophet, they might even get more. And
finding this Sniper, where's the follow-up though? They need a couple more heroes because Paparazzi could turn and just beat him down, but with the units showing up, Paparazzi TP away, does look like he escapes.
Ooh.
DY, on the other hand, will not be so lucky. So 4 go down. Aries, they're just keep on rolling.
Yep. Every time they have ults up, they're taking the fights, they're winning the fights, and they'll continue to chase more. This Doom is playing unbelievably well. We saw a couple of these Dooms earlier today having some difficulties, but man, perfect execution really. With his Infernal Blade, the way he's stunning and then comboing the stun with War Stuff and then getting another and looking for more kills. This is some really top tier stuff.
Well, and it's kind of like what you were talking about, right? That there's this sort of really strong window if Xtreme can get to the late game when they have, you know, Morphling doing damage and Sniper doing damage, and then those other supports there with 4 staffs to save them,
yeah.
But they're coming in under that timing. There's so much strength right now from Aries' lineup if there's no save from XG.
Yeah, and XG, it's like if they have such a, if they're at such a disadvantage on gold, then it doesn't even matter if they do have like stronger, late game and all that. You know, they'll just be able to take the fights just off sheer advantage of items on the side of Aries, which are going to start pumping out really fast with the Doom getting all this type of gold, same perspective.
The panel was talking about Blizzard and T going back and forth about best defense, good offense, or what have you. Maybe Xtreme need to start switching up to that. It's looking rough, though. It's hard to find that opening with this vision that TK's been giving him.
Yeah, he's a menace. He really is. And every single time, it seems like actually they just can't take advantage of cooldowns being down. Like, look, all 5 on Aries on cooldown, all 5 going to be coming back up in 20, 30 seconds. So, fights continuing to look difficult for XG.
Okay, cuts the wave, jumps away, gets some damage onto that tower. RP used.
They got to start finding something. So
you are going to die.
Yeah.
You in particular.
Say that's enough. JT's getting upset.
So they move on in and kill him off. But Octarine Cord now finished on the Doom.
And this does mean that RP was just used 30 seconds. Everything is going to be back up. Aries could look for themselves a big battle here. However, Ghost, I think he's about to have his Scotty done. So this could be something that does unlock a lot of potential for him, at least, to stick on this Death Prophet easy.
What's your favorite item? Monkey King here. He's queued up a bunch of Wraith Bands.
Hell yeah.
He's already got a couple coming out to him.
DY, he's found him.
That won't help you too much there, although does have that Orchid, and we'll just die.
DY, he bought the Shard. He was getting so sick of him. Shard plus a Quelling Blade, now he's going to be on the hunt.
Yeah, that's really good. So the Monkey King Sniper. Monkey King Slayer.
Yeah, there we go. I was like, what? Sniper? Yeah, Sniper's there too. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Paparazzi, we saw he had the Mjolnir queued up for some time first. Obviously went back for Hurricane Pike. Now he's got Mjolnir finished. Does have his own defensive item now, finally.
That with the Scotty will be really good. And they're actually smoked up right now with the scan hitting. I mean, Aries, they want to take a fight right now, like you were talking about, but without the Monkey King, this could turn a little bit south if they're not careful. Scan. Now connects. Red Panda right on top. They find the Morph. That's huge. Just completed an item, immediately dies.
Rush, long spawn. So
that is
fortunate at least with that, but that's a Doom with an Octarine that was just finished also, so.
They pull back another. Connects onto one.
Ooh, Exorcism committed. White Album. It's a little awkward.
White Album does have that blink if he wants to jump in, but DY there. Boundless Strike just barely off the mark. Hex connects.
Dead.
Paparazzi, he's starting to plink away. RP used. Starting to look for these kills. Do they have a way out of this one? I don't think so. So they get the good kill onto Morph, but afterwards they go a bit too far forward to get punished.
Ooh. That was just awkward. It was forced, right? White Album, he popped out the Exo, and then he's like kind of wanting to posture to look for an aggressive play, but nobody else can follow up with him there. Really awkward. Paparazzi finally gets to stand his ground and hit people.
Oh, and that's so nice being able to have that illusion right there in the Spectre. Yeah, Paparazzi, like you're saying, he's been so annoying to, or has been so annoyed not being able to just keep the damage out.
Now they've got a window of pretty decent window right now. Ghost is back up, but that Roche, long spawn. So it's actually everything's going to be able to come back up for Aries. Doom's going to respawn and have Doom right back up. So
you got another Wraith Band.
He got him? Okay, nice, yeah. Hell yeah.
He's waiting for it. It's still in the car. He has to transfer it over.
There we go. Nice.
Dude, that is an inventory. Who needs boots?
30 armor.
Wait, is that really what he's at?
Yeah, he's got 30 armor.
Oh my god.
Wraith Bands, baby.
Disgusting.
Okay, stalking Ghost right now. He's up top. Doom is back at the ready. You noticed also, I wasn't going to point it out, but he's just been going stats instead of leveling Doom, which I find really interesting because it just goes up in damage. Most people do this. You just leave level 1 Doom. Not the stats part, but you leave level 1 Doom and you finish up all your other abilities. I've never seen someone put 3 points in stats instead of leveling Doom. When you have Octarine, you have like all the mana in the world, but he doesn't care. He just wants stats.
That's crazy.
That's interesting.
Shanksy deciding to just prioritize that instead and now going back for the refresher.
Yep.
So 29 minutes in, a 6,000 gold lead, but still feeling like anybody's game.
Yeah, it's gotten slowed down a lot for the side of Aries. They had like this 9K, they had things kind of really starting to kick off for them, but Xtreme found their footing.
And they've done a good job of prioritizing and really shutting down Ghost in a lot of ways. There's been a couple of times where he's just died off of nothing. And on the one hand, that's great for Aries, but on the other hand, when he actually does get into these fights, he's going to be a menace.
Yeah. This is, I think, the first time I've seen no 4-staffs. They've got a 4-staff, well, Hurricane Pike on Paparazzi, but the supports have gone greedy. Blink on PYW, Shard on the tree, probably going for Blink as well on him too. So they don't have ways to really bail him out if he does get jumped on immediately too. Unlike usual, we see like 4 4-staffs, I feel like, in these games.
Yeah. All right, group together. Heading in towards mid. Red Panda throws out a couple of shards. JT on the hunt.
They saw him. Is he going to peek at least? JT's on the hunt with his Aether Lens.
All he needs is a glimpse. Disruptor's in the other game, though. Hasterin down bottom.
Oh, that's a good one for Ghost. He can actually stick on targets. And with the Scotty slow, he'll definitely be able to stick.
Scan connects. So they know they're up there on that high ground, and XG, they decide, okay, we're going to head back, we're going to farm up.
I mean, I'm really enjoying the series, gotta be honest. Like, the way that the dynamic of the smoke battles versus the Roche, it's constantly the same kind of situation that we're being put in. Even if there's a goal differential, even in any of these games, it's literally felt like anyone can take it.
The one thing that does look a little different with this game too is Ulu's ability to pop in with the Haunt at the start of a fight to give them the vision advantage. And that's what JT has to preempt. He needs to be able to, you know, find that fight before his blink gets canceled.
Yeah, they have just great scouting mechanics on the side of Aries for sure. TK being this annoying Monkey King as he has been, and then, yeah, as you said, the Haunt.
Scotty done.
Okay.
They want to just go.
So much. Orchid, Scotty, they have Orchid on Monkey King, they have a Silence on Death Prophet, so yeah, Ghost, he's got to be careful.
And one other thing that's a little scary here is Death Prophet going for this Blink Dagger build. It doesn't have that same tank ability that we normally see from a plate mail item or something, and also has minus armor from...
Yeah, he has the Shawl.
That's crazy.
He did finish up his BKB, so at least you can't get controlled as much, but if he gets tree rooted,
that sniper's going to go down.
Morph are going to just destroy him.
Look at this. Smoke down bottom. Eyes on the target. They want to find that Spectre who is showing in the lane.
No way. Look at JT. Ulu's playing it safe. Nicely done.
Backs away. And now Aries walk up this high ground. We're scanning to see if somebody was there. They take over the high ground. Xtreme, do they come back this direction? I mean, they're kind of zoned out now. So PYW showing in lane along with Paparazzi and Ghost. It's going to be hard for them to retake one of these.
I love this macro game that we're having. These movements. Paparazzi, he's kind of in the front lines. He's got to be a little careful how far he steps.
They decide to just go on him. JT waiting. TK, Red Panda. They're up on top.
They're starting Roche.
Oh, this is really good.
They've got Exo.
It's going to drop so quickly. Yeah, they throw one of the spirits into Roche, and now maybe they realize what's happening. JT has to be careful. Jumps in. They have Supernova ready, but Boundless Strike connects onto 3. The silence is there. Immediate Haunt out, but the Overgrowth. It catches that Doom before he can do anything else.
Roche is dead.
They get it. They can get away.
Got what they came for.
Aries making the plays that they need. Everybody gets out. They only lose the 2 supports, although it was a buyback on Red Panda.
Yeah. It's still just, it's really smart plays that they're doing anyway with the way that they sent the 2 supports to kind of mess with them just to ensure that they can finish off that Roche. And yeah, with that Desolate, with the Manta, with the Exo, it dies way too fast for them to react.
Really well done by Ulu to dodge that gank, and that sets up all of that.
Yeah. Right, because a lot of players might just back up through the lane, but just such good awareness from these teams. Just cutting through the trees with the Spectral Daggers to get away. Very heads up, very smart.
Now, the one thing about that is that it wasn't like a fight win into the Aegis, so there's still only this like same 6K gold lead. But you gotta wonder, like, do Xtreme feel the need to try and move out on the map and make something happen?
They still want to be aggressive.
They catch one right on top of them. The silence is there. The Supernova's down.
It's going to die.
It is completely gone. Ulu is going to fall here too. All that work just to drop it all away. They drop the Doom onto the Death Prophet, which is actually the Morphlane. But the RP connects. JT starts to fall down low. Almost dead. Ulu barely surviving through this, but he doesn't have the damage. Oh. So much work, all for it to be for naught. They're going to find and kill off this Doom. Devastating for Aries.
I mean, JT, beautiful play there coming in. The Doom comes in, but as you said, it was on him when he's already in DP form. And look at Paparazzi. He's able to stand his ground. There's just too much attention to focus on the morph and stuff. He just hits the whole fight.
Man, and now with DD on this sniper. I mean, they used so much.
They used pretty much everything, yeah. And this was pre-Silver Edge, too. So now he's going to have Silver Edge for the next time. So this Spectre, it took some time to bring him down. Next time, it's not going to be nearly as slow.
Yeah, and you can see here the cleanup that they had. There just isn't that other big oomph that goes back the other direction. They didn't have Exorcism up and online, and just a bit too far forward gets punished. Ulu hurting.
JT.
What a player.
Yeah.
He's had a heck of a game.
Knows exactly when to commit, when to just do like the soft commit with the skewer plus horn toss, and knows when to wait for that RP. Beautiful stuff. And now Aries, they've lost, I mean, so much momentum. All ults being used, losing the fight. Losing your Rex. Pretty much full item.
Oh, JT's hunting again. You know he wants it. Yep. Finds him. White Album. Why not? Bring him on home. Ooh. JT is smiling again.
I like this combo way better than the Snapfire plus Magnus. They didn't have a follow-up, right?
Oh,
It was constantly like the skewer back, and then they'd get like forced to BKB. No, they're just hexed instantly. They're screwed once they get skewered.
Really, really nicely played.
And yeah, huge influx of gold. As I was mentioning, everyone pretty much gets a full item. 2,600 gold on the sniper. Shaman has a BKB. So no way to stop a Shaman grabbing people now unless you want to commit a Doom.
Oh my god, DY, he's like, all right, just in case we need to go late, I'm also going to go Ags.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is now where it's starting to get quite difficult for Aries, for sure. Wow, actually, I like that. You know what? Why not? That's going to be the scouting for this Monkey King and everything, too. He's not going to have to do it himself anymore.
True.
Cool. And that does set them up for the ultimate late.
The one thing also to keep in mind is that, you know, that last fight was a little bit funky because it was basically the Spectre getting caught out first. JT is just going to get caught here, in fact. Ulu moves on in. And if they can be the ones that get the first hit, this actually looks kind of good for him.
Yeah.
Is he going to go on a Ghost?
Oh, the Doom.
Jumps in, the Doom's out. Connection for the kill. JT right on top.
Nice.
Or excuse me, not JT. Thanks, D. UIW moves in. They'll get a cleanup kill onto that Doom.
Oh, but DY, he finds him.
All right, and they find the kill off that Monkey King.
Oh, Paparazzi's having so much fun now after having that tough start, or relatively slight slow start. 4K gold on him, and now the Ags is already finished for DY. He's level 18. They do get the kill on the Morph, but it does cost them quite a lot. A Hunt, as well as that Doom.
And this is where that supporting cast that you're talking about can really become a problem.
It's like Phoenix can become a menace in some of these games, but it's not going to... His egg is just dead every single time, and Tree is now going to start dominating the vision. Now they have to... No, do they have a gem, actually? They do. Okay, they do have the gem on Red Panda, but they're going to have to get, like, Hulling Blades and start getting the anti-Triags mechanic down.
Yeah, because he's going to scout him every time.
Roche is always going to be known. Easier for him to land roots onto actually back lines if he does have a tree in position.
And a couple other things that will be an issue this game if they get to it. About to hit level 20 pretty soon here for PYW. And that's the Hex Breaks on top of the Silver Edge already completed for the Sniper.
That's going to be pretty brutal. All these talents coming in early on. It's going to be pretty damn strong, Tree also at level 20 soon. He's going to have the 8 armor bonus. They're so high level on these supports.
Jumps, finds one, tries to control the roots there, but the Manta and the Boundless Strike. JT caught.
He's alive.
Ulu. And they have the control onto this Monkey King. So JT lives.
Look at these level 19.
Oh, and blinks, and in fact, they find Ulu. Oh. RP out, but White Album jumps in, and the turn. Okay, they got a couple more right on top of him. They doomed him. The freaking Shadow Shot.
Second one.
Ulu thinks about going back in, but they kill off the Supernova. TP out, barely able to escape. So all of that used just to make sure that the Spectre doesn't die.
Oh. I mean, I was like, oh my god, he doomed. I was like, oh, okay, he has refreshed. That makes a lot of sense why we'd go for that. But now, both dooms gone. DP Exorcism also used. Push incoming for Xtreme.
What can they get done? They won't have JT, but these couple of heroes still do a good chunk of damage to towers, and having that level 3 ulti feels like it's theirs for the taking.
Yeah, and it's hard for Ares to really spam them out with their heroes. Another Axe. It will drop.
And in fact, they're saving the wards. Do they want to go bottom with this? There's a big creep wave hitting that tier 2 tower. TK, chase, good boundless. Right on top, Ulu finding, killing the Shaman, now looking for more. Where's the save? I don't know if they have it. Chases, finds him, the bounce forward, concussive grenade, but Paparazzi, he's dead. Boundless turnaround from Ghost on this Morph lane, but the chase is there with 2 already dead and no buyback. Ooh, what can they get done? Ghost slowed, but will manage to escape with that waveform out.
All right, but they do, I mean, they lose the Raxes, but at least they get the setup onto Paparazzi.
Yeah.
How much? He was on a streak too, right? Who ends? TK ends up getting the last hit. Okay. Not the best one, but
we are definitely seeing the danger of this Ulu Spectre having Aghanims now.
Yeah.
And with Orchid and Manta, it's so much damage.
Much easier for him to always compete onto those back targets, but structural damage is done.
Yeah. They have the gem also, and that gives us an avenue to cut down these trees eventually here. As we'll take a quick little look, replay. And concussive grenade and force staff were pretty good, but it wasn't enough to keep him alive.
No, it ended up pushing them kind of actually right into him.
Yeah.
Bit unfortunate, but.
Interesting. I mean, this is another nice thing, at least, is that, you know, Ghost has a ton of avenues to escape when he can switch into that Monkey King.
Yeah, he has avenues for escape, and we're also seeing the double down of itemization. They saw the Doom didn't go for his Ags. He's going to be getting it, of course, eventually, but they've got Linken's on JT. Ghost almost has his done, too, so they're going to have multiple coverage. And you're going to see the supports maybe even start queuing them up, too. I see DY, an optimistic queue up of the Linken's.
Nice.
I'm still just surprised. These supports are so high level on the side, actually 20.
It really is crazy.
Like, TK is 19 because he gets that finish off the kill up top, but Phoenix only 17 in comparison.
Right. Yeah, the other supports have been able to do a lot of wave pushing and other stuff.
And as you mentioned, they have those really significant talents. The Hex Break is online.
Very difficult to deal with for the Spectre. But again, if you can find PYW at the start of the fight, it kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's probably his main focus, right, on Ulu. Yeah. He's just going to jump him every single time.
They will have Haunt ready in just a moment, along with that Shadow Step. And when that's good to go, pretty easy to take the fights with that full vision.
Yeah. I think DY, I've been watching him, he's been doing it quite consistently. He's now been giving Quickening Charm too, is double living armoring before these team fights. He has the living armor, maybe even PYW and Ghost, or, you know, Paparazzi and someone else. And it's a big deal.
TK, he's scouted here. JT finds him. Doom ready, but Linken's on top. They doom the tree. Okay, what more do they have? Ulu already on top of Paparazzi trying to bring him down, but the BKB is out. They get the second Doom, this time onto the Shaman. The Supernova's down, immediately going to get dropped, but the control, the Boundless Strike is huge. It connects onto both of them. With all 3 heroes dead and no buybacks, this is going to be easy Roche for Ares.
They're able to just get right on top of pretty much everybody. I mean, the secondary Doom maybe looks a little wasted on the Shadow Shaman, but either way, 3 dead.
Oh, in the gem. They got him. Eyes on the prize. Concussive grenade pushes him back. JT tries to hide away. They see him now. And with the Boundless Strike there, he's going to drop. Oh. This is a 4th kill. None of these heroes have buyback. This is whatever objective they want.
He tried to play it a little fancy, like walk 3. I don't think he knew that the gem was on the Monkey King. Wow. A huge fight, really. The Doom on the tree, it worked.
Yeah.
That was actually quite good. And those little mini stuns, really, on this Morphling, they're frustrating. The Doom able to just hit him a couple times with that Infernal Blade.
And Aghanim Scepter now completed. I'm wondering who they decide to put this on. It feels kind of interesting on White Album as we take a look at this replay here. And it all just worked out. The Linken Sphere was on JT.
Yeah. What are they giving it to? TK's, I think, just holding it probably and then give it over. Do they want to give it to the Doom?
Well, that could be interesting.
I mean, he's got so much gold, but it is they are playing versus the Lincolns, so I think he's going to do it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. All right. Now he can Doom himself.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Doom himself and... Oh, dude, he could Doom the Spectre.
What? It's his teammate.
Exactly. Oh, wait, no, you can only do yourself, huh? Oh, dang it. That would have been cool. You should be able to Doom your teammate and let him go in.
Hell no.
Dude, make it like a Luna ulti.
So broke. No way. I would be... No. Nope.
That's what I want. Listen, Doom's not good enough, right? He's not getting picked all the time.
No, he needs more buffs.
Yeah.
Show the gift tags and stuff. Wait a minute.
Hold on, I have heard of that before.
He's almost maxed out this game. Near 25.
Well, Overwhelming Blink is next on the docket for him. Dispersion, Talent at 25 for Ulu.
Paparazzi now has...
JT.
Oh,
Fine Red Panda again. There's the Aeon disc, but the control is there. Pops.
Oh, okay.
Well, he wanted to die as a sun,
Yep.
not as a bird.
This is true. Definitely wasted. 25 on Paparazzi. MKB finished. They want more after that kill. Even though they're into this Aegis, they know that they're still just going to kill anybody that they grab because of the double breaks that they have.
Back to the base.
Yep. All the way back.
And you can see win probability into the favor of Xtreme right now. They recognize how strong this lineup is at this stage of the game.
Even with a 13k gold lead. That's the impressive thing. And usually Dota Plus does love Spectre. That is one thing I've found out.
Oh, grabs in, finds one, but the turn, the Doom, it's on all of them! Oh, but is it going to be enough to keep him alive? He's able to get brought down. Has Haunt when they come out of this one. Still, they just waveform in, finds themselves onto one. The Hex is there for the control. Needs to back away on Spectre. Ulu tries to connect onto one. They get that kill. JT looking for the follow-up. White Album right on top of Paparazzi. He's still BKB'd, wants to run down the sniper, but the damage is there and the buyback coming out. Do they have enough for the kill into JT? The fear, it connects from the Spirit Siphon. Ghost is still doing a lot of damage in this fight though. Slowed down right clicks, but it is enough for the kill. And no buyback on that Phoenix or the Monkey King.
Able to distance themselves from the Doom. They actually got the Lincolns, I believe, onto... I didn't see if it was onto Paparazzi or Ghost, but they blocked the secondary Doom. Lots of ultis used. Aries pretty much has nothing left in the tank.
Trying to end this game if they can, but will XG decide to go for the all-in here? They don't have another Doom ready, I don't believe.
No, they've got nothing. 0 team fight left.
It's so hard to take this fight now, and Paparazzi, he's just hitting away at these tier 4 towers. They still have the tier 2 tower down bottom. XG, it feels like they want to go for it all. If they could find one pickoff right here, it would be huge, but without Magnus, it's hard to do that.
They're just hitting it from a distance. 25 sniper, he can just peep on it. It is dropping.
They have a while before everything's back up again. They need time. They've got 5 seconds until the next Doom. With BKB ready, he can go if he wants to. Jump on in, find themselves the Morph lane. The Stomp is there, the Doom on himself, connects for the control. DY, they want to stay onto this Morph lane, but the Force Staff, it keeps him alive. There's the BKB out. This DP in trouble, eats the cheese, tries to survive, but it's not going to be enough. Nice. The tree does go down, and Ulu hoping to salvage this game, but with the throne exposed, Xtreme are going to run on in, end this game, end this series. They take down Aries.
Honestly, though, what a battle. What a display from Aries. I'm actually incredibly impressed. I didn't think that they would look this good versus, in my opinion, the top 1 or 2 team in this region. I mean, Xtreme, I thought they were going to...